January 20th, 1996. The city is VAR-GEE-nyah, nestled in the complex political landscape of Minas Gerais, Brazil. This day was a turning point, a catastrophic descent of a non-conventional object that instantly triggered Level 1 CIA monitoring in South American theater. This is Project VARGINHA. We will spend a bit of time reconstructing the full event using just the CIA declassified files to track the military containment. The CIA's assessment of 1996 Brazil highlighted political instability that enabled the cover-up. CIA field analysts immediately recognized that this environment would allow the Brazilian Army Secret Service to operate with terrifying autonomy, making a quick international retrievable feasible. The agency was watching, recording every failure of local governance. The CIA compiled reports from dozens of civilian witnesses, bus drivers, market vendors, farmers. These files consistently corroborate two details: the sound, a profound deep swoosh followed by silence, and the scent, an extremely pungent mix of ammonia and ozone, noted in the initial CIA field dispatches as suggesting non-conventional propulsion failure. The CIA's subsequent analysis of the impact terrain focused on the oily gelatinous residue left on the Earth. This material was flagged in the intelligence report as non-terrestrial and possibly organic, suggesting a unique advanced biofuel. The CIA concluded the object was designed to land, confirming a planned structural system, not space debris. The CIA did its own psychological assessment of the three young female witnesses. Their reports confirmed that the girls exhibited post-traumatic stress symptoms consistent with a genuine, overwhelming, non-simulated event. This high-level corroboration validated the witnesses' accounts within the intelligence community. The CIA's initial biological assessment focused on the three hard, prominent cranial nodes flagged as potential Type 3 sensory organism. They noted the slick, reddish-brown skin and the lack of conventional orifices, filing the entity as displaying severe non-human biological divergence from known terrestrial species. The unblinking, massive crimson-red eyes were the focal point of CIA alarm. Intelligence analysts concluded the entity evolved in low-light environment, making its survival in the bright Brazilian daylight unlikely. The entity's silent fixed stare was noted as a psychological defense mechanism or passive paralysis. The CIA archives confirmed the entity was categorized as a red-brown type, distinct from the classic gray typology. This forced an immediate intelligence reevaluation, concluding that the VAR-GEE-nyah entity represented a biological variant entirely new to the U.S. intelligence community's retrieval experience. The CIA monitored reports concerning the long-term psychological distress of the Brazilian soldiers. They noted that several military personnel reported an unnatural paralysis when confronting the silent entities, suggesting the encounter involved psychological or biological component that the military was unprepared to handle. The CIA secured and analyzed the Brazilian Army Secret Service transport logs. These files confirmed the precise zero-trace protocol executed by the Brazilian military. We analyzed the CIA's reconstruction of these logs, confirming the deployment of high-value assets, open-bed trucks, APCs, to secure the EBEs. The CIA tracked the transfer of the entities to Humanitas Hospital. The immediate biohazard lockdown was a major concern flagged in CIA dispatches. Intelligence focused on the precise protective gear used by medical staff, confirming the Brazilian military treated the entities as a level 4 biological threat. Though the U.S. did not perform the initial autopsy, the CIA received detailed summaries. These summaries, now declassified, suggest an internal organ structure that defied terrestrial norms, including the absence of a conventional digestive tract. The intelligence community assessed the EBE's death as likely caused by massive systemic failure incompatible with Earth's atmospheric and microbial composition. The climax of the intelligence operation, the U.S. took possession. The CIA received direct summaries from U.S. embassy cables confirming extreme political pressure on Brazil. This culminated in the loading of the biological specimens onto a U.S. Air Force C-130 aircraft. This maneuver, logged in the CIA archives, confirms the entities were instantly classified as highest value strategic assets and transferred to U.S. soil for advanced analysis. The CIA's files conclude that the public lie, a dwarf, a hoax, was intentional and successful. The final file analysis confirms the intelligence community's belief that they had successfully secured and transferred non-human life. Project VARGINHA is the definitive case of EBE retrieval. The anxiety felt by the intelligence community is preserved in this final damning piece of evidence extracted directly from the CIA archives. This is from RDP96, Brazil, EB1, Memorandum, a 1997 quote. The documented military and medical protocols employed confirm the retrieval of a non-conventional biological specimen. The highly detailed, consistent witness accounts regarding the creature's physiology necessitate an immediate reassessment of exogenous biological threat potential within U.S. defense estimates. End quote. We've tracked the biological terror in the jungle. Now we head back to the American desert for a massive mile-wide formation that defied physics and terrified an entire state. Next time, we're going to look at Project Arrowhead, the 1997 Phoenix Lights incident, where thousands of witnesses across Arizona, including the governor, watched a huge triangular craft silently traverse the sky. We will analyze the CIA's internal review of the USAF debriefing logs and the Arizona National Guard records to break down the official cover story, that the lights were merely flares dropped by jets. We forensically examined the witness testimony confirming the lights were connected to a single mile-wide structure that blocked out the stars, moving at impossible speed and then stopping completely. We will prove that the military was tracking this object and that the infamous flare cover story was a calculated lie designed to quell mass panic. Join us next time as the documented terror takes flight in formation. I'll see you in the archives.